Next at 11, it's nice out now, but Storm Team 4 is looking at some snow that's moving in tonight for some, and they'll track it for us coming up. And a community reeling after this massive fire takes another grocery store from their neighborhood. We're live at the scene next at 11.
Let's go, girls.
I'm ready, Kelly.
Give it up for Shania Twain. I want to talk about the album covers. Because, girl, first of all, it's beautiful.
Today at 3 on NBC4 New York.
Now at 11, hot spots flaring up on the scene of a supermarket fire in the Bronx. The original fire brought on by an e-bike explosion, and what fire officials on the scene are now saying about the prevalence of incidents just like this. Also, an arrest made in a rape case late night in Manhattan over the weekend. Good to have you with us. I'm Adam Cooperstein, and 24 hours after an e-bike ignited this fire in the Bronx, the FDNY is still in the fight here, battling hot spots that just refuse to go down. And now the city and the fire commissioner are asking for more vigilance to try to prevent fires just like this that have popped up over the last year or so. News 4's Gabi Acevedo is on the scene along Grand Concourse with more. Gabi.
Adam, as you mentioned, there is still a significant presence from the fire department inspecting the site here on East 181st Street on Concourse Avenue, checking for hotspots and checking the integrity of the structure. Investigators say a lithium-ion battery on an e-bike sparked the flames that destroyed the supermarket Concourse Food Plaza, sending around 200 firefighters to this emergency. As we bring you back live to the scene here in Fordham Heights, this is the latest fire caused by lithium-ion batteries. Important to note, Adam, that just last week, City Council passed a set of regulations looking to prevent e-bike fires and banning the use of refurbished batteries, which would have to be certified before being sold in the city. We covered that story just last week. Reporting live from Fordham Heights in the Bronx, Gabi Acevedo, News 4, New York.
Something has to be done about this. Gabi, thank you. Let's check in now with Storm Team 4's Dave Price, because it looks great out there right now, but there's some changes coming tonight, Dave.
Yeah, certainly so. We could be looking at some snow rolling through the area and certainly a drop in temperatures. We're close to 50 degrees right now with northwest winds at about 6. Dry air, dew points at 22. But coming in from the west, a quick shot of, believe it or not, snow for parts of the region and some rain as well. So there's plenty of it stretching back to the Great Lakes. As we take a look outside right now, we're in good shape. This is an overnight thing we're looking at. Watch the hour by hour. We'll cloud up into the evening about 10 o'clock or so. Out to the west, the snow begins to work its way on an axis which takes us to the south and east, and then it's all out of the way by tomorrow morning. Relatively low impact. We'll talk about who gets what and the rest of the forecast when we see in just a few. Back to you.
Okay, Dave, thank you. We have some breaking news coming in right now from Jersey City. Chopper 4 over the scene of a 3-alarm fire. This is at a building on Randolph Avenue. We've got Tom Zweier overhead in Chopper 4 with an update for us. Tom, what can you tell us here?
All right, well, Adam, fire broke out here at 336 Randolph Avenue at Jersey City just after 10 o'clock this morning. It very quickly made it up to 3 alarms. At this point, it looks as though there are still some wisps of smoke, and they are still putting fire on this. They have vented the roof. There's a series of 3-story buildings on this side of Randolph Avenue. This is right in the middle. So right now what they're doing is determining whether or not the structure will stand, trying to keep it from spreading to other buildings on the street. No reports of any injuries at this point. And live in Jersey City, Tom Zweier, Chopper 4. Adam, back to you.
Okay, we'll keep everyone updated on that. Tom, thank you. The Monday morning commute started off with some necessary service changes for the Long Island Railroad because there was a rough start to the official opening of Grand Central Madison last week. News 4's Erica Byfield at Jamaica Station now for us. And Erica, it sounds like so far the commute's been much smoother today.
Yeah, so far so good. That's what a lot of commuters told us today when they compared everything they had to deal with today to every single day last week. Erica Byfield, News 4, New York.
Okay, good improvement there. Erica, thank you. It is now going to cost you an extra 25 cents to take the air train to JFK and to Newark Liberty. The Port Authority says that fare increase that went into effect yesterday is simply because of inflation. And it's the second increase that we've seen since the start of the pandemic. And now a commuter alert for people who drive to and from Newark Airport. Major road repairs getting underway tonight. One of the 3 lanes that service both terminals B and C are going to be shut down. And travelers might also see different routes for passenger pickups and for drop-offs at Terminal B, so heads up on that. And the roadwork is expected to last until November. An arrest has been made after a brutal rape and assault on the Upper West Side. Police say 30-year-old Jamel McIver, the man in this video, is accused of following a woman into a building near West End Avenue and 65th Street at around 1 a.m. on Saturday. And they say he followed her into an elevator, then forced her out into a stairwell and assaulted her. McIver now faces charges of rape and burglary. We go to Queens now, where police are searching for these people you see getting out of a car because of a possible hate crime. Last Thursday on Junction Boulevard in Jackson Heights, a man and a woman were on the sidewalk when police say a woman in a white Acura SUV yelled anti-Asian slurs and threw water at them. After that, that woman and two men jumped out of a white Acura SUV and started beating the two victims. Police say they were taken to the hospital and they are now doing okay.
There isn't much Republicans and Democrats can agree on in Washington, but banning TikTok could be what brings them together. I'm Silvana Hanau, and I'll have the story in your CNBC Money Report coming up.
I'm Drew Petrimo in Washington. President Biden speaks on civil rights from Selma, Alabama, while the race for the Republican nomination continues to take shape. I'll have the story coming up.
But first, passengers screaming as a Southwest plane has to make an emergency landing after a bird strike. And what we're now learning about this scary situation when News 4 at 11 continues.
Coming up on New York Live, from backstage to the wine bar, we'll spend a day with a New York opera singer. Plus, Ike Barinholtz and Nick Kroll on the History of the World Part 2. And Ghostface Takes Manhattan. We'll scream with Josh Segarra. Coming up on New York Live at 11:30.
We're getting a look at video here from inside a Southwest Airlines flight from Cuba to Fort Lauderdale as it filled with smoke after the plane hit a bird. Oxygen masks dropped from the ceiling. Passengers, you could hear them yelling there. Another video then shows the moment that the plane hit the bird just after takeoff yesterday, and then smoke started shooting out of the engine. That plane then returned to Havana, and passengers had to get off using the emergency slides. Thankfully, nobody was seriously hurt, and then everyone got put on another flight back to South Florida. Okay, Republican presidential candidates spent the weekend on the campaign trail while President Biden was in Selma, Alabama for a civil rights event, but some say he sounded like he was on the campaign trail himself. NBC's Drew Petrimo has more from Washington. And now in today's CNBC Money Report, a new iMac could be coming this summer, and also Amazon closing two of those high-tech convenience stores right here in the city. Silvana now at CNBC headquarters with that and the markets for us. Hi, Silvana.
Hey, Adam, good morning to you. Well, stocks are trading higher this morning as the markets are coming off a positive week, with the Dow snapping a 4-week losing streak. Investors are keeping an eye on Friday's monthly jobs report. Right now, the Dow is higher, but over 100 points. The S&P 500 and tech-heavy NASDAQ also in the green. And Amazon is closing 8 of its cashierless Go convenience stores as part of broader efforts to cut costs. Amazon says 4 stores will close in San Francisco, 2 in New York City, and 2 in Seattle on April 1st. It will work to find new positions for the affected workers. Amazon Go stores debuted in 2018 without cashiers or checkout lines, as customers paid automatically through the Amazon app, Adam. I always wanted to experience it. I've never got to go to one of the stores.
Yeah, I did it once, and it's bizarre.
Right,
It's very,
like
you actually have to experience it to believe it. It's really strange. Hopefully you will. Okay,
Hopefully.
Silvana, thank you so much.
Terrific.
We're going to turn to the weather now, and Storm Team 4's Dave Price. Nice to see the sun greet us on this Monday morning, but there are some changes on the way.
Yeah, we had a beautiful morning, and we're going to have a nice afternoon, too. But this is what's on the way. Snowfall forecast as we head through the overnight into early tomorrow morning. This is going to be a quick mover. It's going to be of little impact in and around the city, but out to the west and to the southwest, that's where we may see a little bit more in the form of accumulation, 1 to 3 inches. So you'll take a look into northern New Jersey, out into Pennsylvania. This begins to push on through. Here's the headline. Beautiful day today. Beautiful by sky condition, beautiful by any measurement. The winds are going to be light and the temperatures are going to be in the 50s. So good to go for the rest of the day. Tonight, late tonight, let's say 10, 11 o'clock, light snow begins to work its way through. I think showers in and around the city or kind of a mix, but it's going to be a low accumulation event for everybody, let alone the city. And then into tomorrow, here's where it gets interesting. We see wind gusts of over 30 miles per hour and a feels like temperature, which nets out in the 20s and 30s around the region. So there are the changes ahead. We've got blue sky and some high clouds in the area right now. 48 degrees currently at LaGuardia. Wind chill makes it feel like it's 44. Winds relatively light in the single digits out of the northwest. Radar and satellite, this is what's working in our direction, coming at us from the north and west and headed towards the south and east, and we'll just get clipped by it overnight. Temperatures right now, well, you can see it's to the north where the cooler air is, but look at the city, 49 degrees, Norfolk at 53. We're riding some nice, comfortable air right now. That is going to change. Let's go through and take a look at how long we enjoy the sunshine today. Sunrise was at 6:22, sunset tonight at 5:52, 11 hours and 30 minutes of daylight, and the days continue to get longer. Wind gusts, though, they are going to be coming at us into the 30s, and that means wind chills make it feel like the 43-degree temperatures in the 20s and low 30s. There is a look. The rest of the work week looks fine, and into the weekend could be looking at more snow. We'll track
Weekend
that.
trend going here. Okay, we'll keep an eye on it. Thank you, Dave.
Yep.
Let's check in with Sarah Gore to see what's coming up on New York Live. Hi, Sarah.
Hi, Adam. Happy Monday. All right, ever wonder what it's like to be an opera singer in New York? Grammy winner Angel Blue takes us behind the scenes and explains why opera is more accessible than many people think. And the Mel Brooks classic gets an all-star sequel more than 40 years in the making. Ike Barinholtz and Nick Kroll preview the craziest stories behind History of the World Part 2. Plus, from Scream 6, Josh Segarra joins us live right here at 11:30.
It's going to be fun. History of the World Part 2. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Great classic. All right, Sarah, thank you. Here's what's coming up today at 3 on The Kelly Clarkson Show.
Let's go, girls.
I'm ready, Kelly.
Did you see what I did there with your song? Yeah, that's right. Yes, you are. We're all new and
CNBC Money Report is brought to you by Bucherer, the destination for exceptional watches and fine jewelry. $60 million. Tomorrow morning at 6. Many cell phone users are entitled to a huge chunk of a lawsuit settlement. Better get Beccaro with what you could be owed and how to get it. Wake up with Today in New York. Tomorrow morning at 6.
There are more ways than ever to watch News 4 New York when you want. Just look for the NBC New York News channel on Roku, Samsung TV Plus, and Peacock. Streaming 24/7, News 4 on your schedule on the NBC New York News channel.
The Jewish holiday of Purim begins tonight at sundown, which means plenty of celebrations all across the tri-state. And Purim honors the biblical story of how Queen Esther stopped a plot to massacre the Jewish people. Now the holiday gets celebrated with readings from the book of Esther, plus festive meals, costumes like you see right here, carnivals. There's even acts of charity associated with Purim. And it ends just a day later at sundown tomorrow. New York City residents, don't be alarmed if your water tastes a little different the next 2 weeks. Here's why. Starting today, the city's Department of Environmental Protection is increasing the amount of water that's coming from the Croton watershed, which is a group of 12 reservoirs in Westchester and Putnam counties. And officials say that could lead to a slight taste difference. And you might notice it in your tap water because there's a difference with their water up there. This is all part of the prep work, though, that's being done for repairs on the Delaware Aqueduct, which is coming this fall. I still love New York City water. It's the best, right? We'll be right back.
Be informed and updated with Today in New York.
Today at 4, we're going to hear from 3 of the jurors who convicted disgraced former attorney Alex Murdaugh of murder. Also, what went wrong here? We're live with the investigation into a deadly plane crash not far from the Long Island Railroad tracks. New York Live with Sarah Gore is up next. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe.
Time and Temperature is brought to you by Raymour & Flanigan. Surround yourself with what you love.